Hello everyone and welcome back to the Moonshadow Mystery Channel. I'm your host, Moonshadow Mystery. And welcome to Moonshadow and Fallout 76. We're going to forget all the normal things we normally do with the opening credits and the end credits and all that, and just keep things simple today. And to some of you that may be a little odd. That's not normally what I do. I normally take the time to put all of this pageantry and everything. It's been so long since I've done a video, I figured I'd keep it kind of short today. As you can see, I am currently in my Brotherhood of Steel officer's uniform with my Brotherhood of Steel combat armor, beret, eye patch, and Brotherhood of Steel communications backpack. And as you can tell, we're here on Route 81, West Virginia Route 81 specifically, by the DeSilva and Billings homesteads, near my camp, Brotherhood Outpost Alpha Sierra. And you may be wondering why you're not seeing that yet. Why am I having the camera facing away? Well, first of all, everyone, to all my fellow Brotherhood of Steel members out there, ad Victoriam, Semper Invicta, it's good to have you here in the video. If you're a fellow Brotherhood of Steel player, comment ad Victoriam in the comment section down below. And before we get any further, please don't forget to hit high five that like button down below and ring-a-ding-ding that notification bell icon if you haven't already. And if you want to see more of my content, hit that subscriber button. If you're not sure what you think, click my name when you're done with this video above the video description below and check out the other content we've got. That out of the way, let's get on with this. Yes, I've gone back into first-person view because it makes things easier, and I am going to now turn around because, as everyone knows, the Steel Dawn content is now officially available. It's been available since just after Thanksgiving, a little bit ahead of schedule. I don't think that the content was fully... I think it actually came out just a little before Thanksgiving. I know I've enjoyed it. And as I'm sure we've all noticed, Steel Dawn is surprisingly short, and I think that's because it hasn't all come out yet. The most recent trailers have hinted at the Fractured Steel storyline, which is part of Steel Dawn, and I think that is still to come. I don't know if it's coming December 15th. I'm currently recording on the 14th, so as of this recording session, I don't know. I hope so, because there's a lot of stuff I'd like to see. We also got NPCs, like a Brotherhood of Steel, and I believe he's an initiate like I am currently within the storyline context. Even though I should technically be a lot higher level, but they don't recognize the Taggarty Thunder system, so sucks for me. There's also the Brotherhood of Zeal NPC encounters. They're kind of random when you're going to find them. They're kind of an interesting thing. They're pretty pathetic, in all honesty. But I kind of like that because it brought me back to the fake Preston Garvey we encounter in Fallout 4. So I kind of got a chuckle out of that just because it reminded me of that encounter. But today, this is going to be a short video. We're just going to check out my revamped camp. I know I've not really done anything on the channel here. I've been doing most of my updates in DeviantArt, so I will at the very least put my regular stuff in the description below. So if you've not been keeping up with me on DeviantArt, there's things there that pertain to my playthrough here. So if there's anything you want to see me do on the channel as a Let's Play, as a react, well, I would say as a react, but I still do not have my laptop fixed yet. I was told it's going to be like $100 to get what I need done. But thanks to COVID-19, eBay sales have been really poor and really slow, few and far between. So I have not the money to really invest in it. I mean, I do, but that money needs to go towards keeping my eBay account open and affording things like shipping and all that. So unfortunately, I'm in this situation where I don't have the ability to record reactions. I made an effort here recently to use my phone, but my phone unfortunately does not have the memory to record enough video for a lengthy reaction. which is why you've not seen me react to things like Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss, as far as the pilots, or the Hell of a Boss episodes that have come out since October and November. So that's why you've not seen more reactions, even though I love to do reactions. I would love to do some live reactions for a change instead of most of the ones I've done. Again, click my name above the description if you want to see some of the content I've done, like my reactions, my voiceover work, and things of that nature. And if you have suggestions, let me know in the comments what content you'd like to suggest. Anyway, enough of all this fiddle-faddle, and what the heck is my Protectron doing? Okay, we'll just ignore that because that makes no sense. We'll turn around and voila! Yes, I invested that hefty $30 to get the Brotherhood of S.H.E.L.T.E.R recruitment kit. I was very hesitant to do so because of the price tag on it. And this will probably be the last time I have Fallout First as well. It's going to renew on the 16th of this month, and that'll probably be the last time I allow it to renew for a while. But look at this. This is fantastic. The scouting tower looks great between the two field outpost bunkers, which, again, I love these bunkers. They harken back to Fallout 1 and 2, so I absolutely love them. And you may be wondering why I've got two of the Brotherhood sigils out. Well, if you notice, they're each facing a different direction. Anyone who's been following the Brotherhood of S.H.E.L.T.E.R storylines in the various games will notice that at a certain point, one of the factions, I believe it's Lion's Pride, actually flips the sigil to the reverse direction. I believe the Midwest Brotherhood in Chicago does it as well. And so this is basically just to acknowledge the current chapters on the West Coast in Appalachia and the future chapters. As you can see, I've got a Scorch Beast Queen, a Sierra, Quebec, mounted above the main entryway to the tower, with the monochromatic flag billowing above. I was actually disappointed. I was hoping that the Brotherhood of S.H.E.L.T.E.R recruitment pack would include either a banner or a Brotherhood of S.H.E.L.T.E.R flag on a pole, so I could replace that. It unfortunately did not have either, so for now, that's staying here. As you can see, well, you probably can't see from here. Yeah, you can see from here. If I swap to a rifle with a scope, the right bunker, which is next to the Hero of the Wastelands statue, is marked as tools. That's because that bunker features most of the workshops. Whereas the left bunker is marked as a market, and I did put the Vault Boy cardboard cutout there just to help add that, and it is next to the Great War Memorial statue. We'll start by heading over there to the market one first. I need to update a couple of one or both of these machines because some items have been bought. Here is the new Brotherhood of S.H.E.L.T.E.R locker stash, which is part of that set. I actually do enjoy it, as was that Brotherhood of S.H.E.L.T.E.R salute emote, which again I love. There was also a Brotherhood of S.H.E.L.T.E.R infantry Under Armour uniform, which is really nice. It's kind of similar to the one that Paladin Ramadi wears at Brotherhood Outpost Alpha Oscar, or the Atlas Observatory. Hers is black like the officer's uniform. They have a little bit more detail. And yeah, I sold 3 items. I'll worry about that later. I just wanted to make sure. Now we're going to go around to this bunker. As you can see in here, I've got the ammo converter, chem station, the Vault-Tec weapon station, and Vault-Tec armor stations. I love... The weapon station is just a recolor, but I love how the Vault-Tec armor station actually is a much better looking version of the standard armor station. All these extra little doodads that just really give it that Vault-Tec touch. I don't know who keeps opening these doors. Let me double back around because I make an effort to shut these simply just to reduce the risk of mole rats and mongrels and things getting inside and damaging the crap. Now, as normal, I have my enlistment posters on the outside because that's what I'm here for, is to help recruit players into the Brotherhood of Steel, give them a safe area they can get gear. And I say safe area because, and you can check it out on DeviantArt because I've got my Brotherhood of Steel mission map there, and I probably need to update it slightly at this point. But it uses the nuclear grid map for targeting directions, and my camp is actually located in the safe zone. So this is literally an area where players can come and get gear without having to worry about being nuked by accident. Or on purpose, because you know how some players are. Now, this one I usually leave open. I usually have it shut too. I don't know how it got open. But look at that. That is so cool how it does that. And then even the sword kind of slides in. It's hard to tell at a distance, so I'm going to do it here. See? Sword. That is just really cool looking. I love how that does. As you can see, I have got the Deathclaw skin right here as the welcome mat. The new Brotherhood of Steel barricade, which I was expecting it to be like the standard military barricade like we've seen in past games, with the Brotherhood of Steel emblem on it. That's what I was kind of hoping for, but this is pretty cool. I like the lights on it. I've got some of my weapon displays next to American flags on the front. Over here I've got mostly my energy-based weaponry and heavy weaponry. Got a Gatling plasma, Gatling ultrasight laser, tricentennial painted laser sniper, an Enclave plasma sniper, and the new Brotherhood of Steel rocket launcher, the Hellstorm missile launcher. And isn't that just awesome looking? It's such a simple combat design, but so cool. And of course above it I have the anti-communist propaganda posters. Because you know me, I don't like dirty commies, I don't like socialists. And if you don't like it, well, that's too bad. If you are one, that's too bad. I will not apologize. Whereas over here, below those anti-communist propaganda posters, we have the current Tropic Thunder. No, it's the anti-armor Screaming Eagle. The Tropic Thunder is a camouflage pattern one. There's actually a hard one version that's going to come out with the next update to the scoreboard, and it's basically the same thing. It's just a more natural, traditional looking paint. There's basically no difference other than it's more of the standard wood grain like what these ones are, which is the 50 caliber, or is that the 45 caliber? No, it's the 308 light machine gun. My mistake. The standard grenade launcher, the auto grenade launcher, and the 50 caliber machine gun. As you can see here, this lower level of my scout tower is the mess hall. We have my cook station, my sink, a refrigerator, the Nuka-Cola vending machine. We have the bar, of course. Oh, I mean, turn that off. We have a couple of steins, the Armor Ace, and the one from before. The Nuka-Cola projection lamp, just because I like how it looks. And you have a couple of displays here with typical things you would find in the mess hall and officers' bar area. Salt and pepper shakers, cream, coffee, perfectly preserved pie, and a food dehydrator. Whereas over here we got an ashtray, a box of cigars, Nuka Shine, a shot glass, bourbon, and whiskey. Heading on up the stairs here, we can see the Armor Ace scoreboard. Yes, I did complete both of the previous scoreboards. I'm hoping this next one is one I can reasonably complete in a fair amount of time.
There you are.
Going up here, we have basically the current research station. We've got my typical display case, which unfortunately I could not place these down in the new shelters. And yes, I do have a shelter. I will show that as well. I was really hoping we could put the displays in the shelter so I could ease some of the stress on my budget up here. Unfortunately, could not. So, my trifold flag, campaign hat, field helmet, gas mask, tags, and papers are all right here on this level, as are a Deathclaw egg, Mega Sloth Claw, Sheep Squatch Horn, Wendigo Colossus air sac, the heads of Wendigo Colossus, some assorted body parts of a super mutant, including a canister of FEV, well, flask technically, the Rebuild America flag, which is poster, my bad, which is one of my favorite ones, some scorched parts in formaldehyde, a vial of feral ghoul blood, a scorched beast heart, sacks from the various floaters, Nasher, Flamer, and Freezer, and a hardened mass extracted from a nuked ghoul. As you can see, we have Commander Daggery, and I hope I pronounced that right. No, Daguerre. Daguerre, that's how it was pronounced by that one computer. As everyone knows, she is a fan of comic books, so I have her a nice little assortment of Grognak and Unstoppables comics here for her to enjoy, next to her bunk. And here she is herself, in Brotherhood Scribe uniform, with a Grafton Monster lamp and a Liberator Bot lamp on top of her workstation and a filing cabinet so she can access her research. This area also kind of acts as a temporary, or rather makeshift area for referencing herbs, as well as checking eyesight and target silhouette info. Here we have the Nuclear Winter Power Up poster. And behind the stairs, which I failed to point out, we have a nuclear barrel potted plant and a plant from the Cranberry Bog. Up top, of course, we have the satellite dishes for communications. And right here, we have the power armor station. I placed it up here simply because it is easier to really see what I'm doing over here. It's not as cramped. I don't have to worry about having enough room to get into the station, and I believe I've got it pretty well evened out. That not perfectly, but is good enough. I'm not going to let it bother me. We have another stash box up here, along with the scrap box and the Tinker's Workbench. And you can get a better look at the monochromatic pre-war flag there. I initially wanted to put my turrets here, but apparently wow! But apparently they jet out just a little beyond my build area, which is unfortunate, so they are staying on top of the bunkers for now. Speaking of, going to this side, you can see where my fence line starts for a secure perimeter. It goes all the way down to the backwater, and yes, you see another bunker there. I'll explain that in a minute. And just beyond this fence line, next to this lamp, for convenience, is the brewing station. Following that same perimeter around, we'll head to the northern section, past my Collectron. And you can see I have created a little alcove for it to rest in. That way he can access the areas around while still keeping the back area protected. I don't know why I put another flag in the back here. I think that was by accident. I don't remember what my logic was for doing so. But as you can see, it comes right back here by this dry pier and these snaptails. And on the back side, you can see where my reactor is at, as well as a standard Scorched Beast head. And thanks to how I have these placed, no matter if you're in the front or the back, the sigils give the same kind of allure. Of course, there are my water purifiers, and excuse me for just a moment, I need to gather those because I need to sell them. And on top of this bunker, I place the Deathclaw topiary. And going just inside, and again, I have left the door open, don't know why I'm doing that. We have a magazine rack on the right side, featuring all the military manuals and technical manuals covering weaponry. the complete Vault-Tec bobblehead set. And that is off-center. I'm not going to let it bother me for right now. On this side we have the 5 books on the Appalachian cryptids, and a variety of books on scouting and woodsmanship. Of course, next to it is my personal terminal, and right here you have access to my utility room and my shelter, well, my lobby entrance. And I did that intentionally. I could get rid of this because I actually have another way to get into that, which we'll cover in a minute. But for now, let's go inside. And I'm sorry, this video is already longer than I intended. I thought it'd be maybe a quick 10 minutes. But it's turned out to be longer, and that is entirely my fault. Yeah, I don't know why that bug is happening. That makes no sense. I've completed the map. There's no reason for it to keep going. Over here we have the power-up poster again, just for motivational purposes. Over here we have the keep an eye out one. We have the Armor Ace laser shooting gallery. You could buy another one in the Atomic Shop here a month or so ago. It was more your classic duck hunt game. Of course, next to it we have the Rebuild America, and above it we have the We Must Win poster. Whereas over here we have the America Lives On in You and the Tricentennial poster. To the left we have the the weight bench. We have a Nuka machine, and we have a syrup machine and ashtray. Above the door going into the utility room proper is a US flag. When we step through, we've got a pair of these nuclear barrel mushroom cloud topiaries. On the right side we have the faux Deathclaw eggs, Liver Bot lamp, Scorch Beast heart, and Prince the Rad Frog. Whereas on the left hand side we've got plushies of the Sheep Squatch and Wendigo Colossus, some Candle Skulls, and the Fallout 1 and 2 Vault Boy and Rocknack the Barbarian. Taking a quick left, we've got a pair of coffins here, as well as a display of postcards. Whereas if we go the opposite direction, we've got that same herbology poster, and there's not really anything over here yet. These same cranberry bog plants are still down here. Now if we go around in a clockwise direction, we'll find the lobby shelter entrance door from in here. Some shelving with the Have You Taken Your Medication Today poster. Some more shelving with a radio and the Cleanliness is Godliness poster. A pair of Brotherhood stash boxes. That way if there's more than one person in here, they can access their stash at the same time. And a makeshift restroom. And yes, I use the Flying Fortress sword because it kind of fit the wall a little better. Now we do have a Dr. Ken's Chemden Doc is Ensign here. That is a weird glitch. I don't know why that happens. Open the door back up. And coming in here, we have the medical bay. I still need to track down the hospital bed plans. But here we have the physician's bed, a clock, the Vault-Tec doctorate paperwork, a Vault 51 rolling desk suitable for a doctor, a desk with desk lamp, and a ship in a bottle, a medical style display case, eye chart, my Electro 2000 fireplace, which is just a nice little homely touch, an Edotronic machine, which is you'll probably put one in the camp as well. Don't know why I haven't yet. The silhouette eye chart. And over here we have 3 gurneys, because again I don't have any hospital beds yet, so this is kind of how I'm making up for that. And the wheelchair. For those who aren't familiar with the wheelchair, it was added when the Steel Dawn DLC was installed because a Fallout fan who is paraplegic in real life, stated how it would mean so much to them to see a craftable wheelchair, simply because they are actually proud of themselves. They feel no shame for their disability, and they shouldn't. And it was just something that meant the world to them to be added just for the sake of saying, yeah, this is who I am. And I appreciate the fact that Bethesda listened and added it. Especially because I was wanting one anyway for this very purpose. I've always wanted to have like a medical bay in my camp, and the shelter makes it a great spot to have it. Now we'll go over here, ignoring all those scoreboard pop-ups because they shouldn't be happening, and we'll enter the lobby. Give me just a second to reply to a comment on Steam. Alright, now we are here. As you can see, upon coming in, we have a standard vault doorway behind us. So again, I could technically remove the utility room entrance in favor of just having the main one to access the vault. There is a larger vault-style door I could have put instead, but I like the discretion a little bit more. That's just a personal thing for me. Doesn't take as much of the budget either. Turning around, again, we've got the sigils because I am proud of my Brotherhood. We got a defense barricade, more or less just to act as kind of a room divider. Kind of a way to keep things orderly. We can access the utility room on the left-hand side next to the Nuka-Cola machine. Or, for now, until I can afford the atrium shelter plans, you can go to the right. And on this side, we have where my current personal bunk is located. I will most likely move it into the atrium when the opportunity becomes available. And on this little table here, I've got the statue of the Power Armor T. I believe that is the T45 or T60. It's hard to remember sometimes. I believe it's the T45 because of the pauldrons. And of course the Deathclaw. On the left we have my desk, so I can fill paperwork out with a Grafton Monster Lamp and a ship in the bottle. Gotta have hobbies. A couple of motivational posters. The Nuclear Winter Bronze statue. Another Electro 2000 fireplace. My bunk bed. My Liberator lamp. Another Scorched Beast heart, because yes, I have killed several of them in the game so far. And, thanks to a cone actually being able to be knocked out of the way, I was able to place my Brotherhood of Steel stash locker in that little entryway, making it give me a little bit more floor room. This is just because you gotta be able to wipe your feet, man. That's just good manners. Over here on the left-hand side, we've got the mess hall. As you can see, we've got a number of the less threatening animals on display. Squirrel, beaver, possum, owl, fox, rat, and frog. Radstag, Brahmin, and below the Brahmin, the dinner choices. Take it or leave it. Most of these, with the exception of the beaver and the owl, you can make something out of. I'm not sure why you can't get meat off the beaver. I know for a fact that some cultures actually do eat beaver meat. So why there's not something pertaining to the beaver, I do not know. And the owl, I mean, you could make an owl fricassee. An owl roast. I mean, you could do something with it. It's a bird, man. We have the Eat Well, Live Well poster, and just inside the entryway for the mess, we've got the ice machine, a milk machine, a brewing station, an eatertronic, a pile of meat, then we've got the cooking station, and we've got some counters, because you got that prep space. Going back out, we can go to the stairs. Up the stairs, we've got the saluting Vault Boy statue with a couple of steel cacti. To the left, we've got another one of these laser shooting gallery machines, and a pair of picnic tables with disc lights. This is the rest of the mess area. The galley is below, or the kitchen, whichever you prefer to call it, while the dining facility for Brotherhood members is up above. If we go back down and go up the other side, we've got another one of the Armor Ace boards, just for display purposes. Another cigarette machine and ashtray. And this is the officer's bar area. We've got a round table with 4 stools for drinking together or playing poker. A wide table with 3 seats and a radio and a couple of Nuka lamps for people to have conversation. And we've got the bar for the bartender to stand behind, a couple of steins, and a couple of stools for people who just want to sit and chat with the bartender. Now if we go around here to the main area, we got another Wasteland hero statue, one of the targets, communist posters, Great War statue, another one, the atomic clock, which I love, and we got a Wendigo Colossus rug, Deathclaw rug, and Megasloth rug. We'll address the doorway in a moment. Turning around, we can go up the stairs that you saw from behind down that way, and in here is the bunk room. I need to get the materials to replace the standard military bunks with some bunk beds to maximize how many troops can be here. Currently there is room for 8. When I get done there'll be room for 16. We have a couple of weight benches, several motivational posters, most of which are the same for a couple of flags. And we have 2 restrooms, which are kind of mirrored, each featuring a toilet and a bathtub. Now there is a door here, but its only purpose is to provide access to the wiring systems. That's it. That is literally the only reason it's here, is just to allow ease of access. It's a utility door. Above the door proper is a clock. We will shut the gate behind us, and we will go down here. Now I'm going to shut these doors for a very important purpose. Now when those doors are shut, you have a 3-layer security. At first it only appears to be one door, the standard Brotherhood bunker door, to be exact, which looks nice. Level 1 access, and you see the door for the scout tower, which is just a phenomenal looking door all on its own. Of course, we click it, the gears turn, the sword comes out, and the door rises. And then behind it, we have that glitch again. We open the vault door and we enter the war room, or the planning room, featuring 2 Brotherhood of Steel desks, or tables, enough seating for 10 officers, or NCOs. The entire room is surrounded by just about every trophy imaginable. Still don't know, I don't have a Mirelurk Queen trophy yet. I've still got to find the plans for that. And you cannot get a Fog Crawler or an Angler trophy. I'm not sure why. Come to think of it, you couldn't get those in Fallout 4 either, or a Gulper. There are a surprising number of ones you couldn't get. Hermit Crab either. I feel disappointed. I don't know why we couldn't get one of those somehow. You could have done a hermit crab claw just like the queen. If we go around the left-hand side, we see the West Virginia train set. Now, there's no power going to it, and the only reason I have this here is basically a mock-up of a specific area of West Virginia. Military planners know that a lot of times you will have a mock-up of the area in which you intend on performing a military action. It will either be made in detail using maps and representative figures or various other devices. We go around the other side and we have the Future Tech World Globe, which I never get tired of seeing go. It's pretty cool. And of course, if we go behind my chair, surrounded by the mongrel, wolf, ghouls, and deathclaw mounts, we have the standard West Virginia wasteland map. This whole room is dedicated purely to the ability to plan and coordinate. And really, what more do you need? Now, like I said, I have no idea what I'm going to do when I get the ability to get the atrium set. Most likely, my personal cores will transfer to it, and I will figure out something to do with it. I've been trying to get ideas from some of the people who've already gotten it, and so far, they've not been helpful. It's actually just made the decision harder. But that's it. That's what we came here to see. So if you like this simple little slice of life-ish video pertaining to Fallout 76, let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to hit that like button. Naturally, if you didn't like it, that's okay. Let me know why you didn't like it. Let me know what I could do to make it better in the future for similar videos. And feel welcome to hit that dislike button if you feel so inclined. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what other kind of content you'd like to see featured here on the channel in the future. I know this year has been rough for all of us. It has really messed with my uploading schedule. I mean, my uploading schedule was garbage last year for the most part anyway, and it's been worse this year thanks to COVID and other things going on. But if you have any suggestions for content, let me know. I'll be sure to read them, react to them, and if it's something I think that I can do successfully, I'll be sure to write it down so I can take care of it. Like I said at the start of this video, be sure to hit that subscriber button if you haven't already. Ring-a-ding-ding that notification bell icon. And if you're not sure, if you want to be a subscriber, click my name above the video description. Check out the other content we have available. Like I said, we're going to forego all the opening credits and end credits this time just for simplicity's sake. I'll make this video uploaded a whole lot easier, but I will have the links in the video description below like I normally do. So feel free to use them to check out the Rainbow Eyed Hive group page. Hit me up on Twitter. You can send me more detailed ideas that you want me to pull out for the channel to the email link provided. Hit me up on DeviantArt. Check out some of the stuff you've been missing out on. Or you can submit your fan art if you'd like to have it featured here on the channel. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll be sure to try and upload some more content here in the near future. I can't really make promises as to when I'll be able to get around to doing that. It's going to depend largely in part to motivation and what content I can figure on doing. So I kind of apologize for that. And motivation has been a big issue here, as I'm sure it's been for a lot of us. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I know this hasn't been as action-oriented a video as maybe you would have liked to have seen for Fallout 76. If you'd like me to do something much more action-oriented, if there's a particular part of the wasteland you want to see me go to, a particular enemy you want to see me face off with, or a particular quest, if I've not already completed it, that you'd like to see me do, shoot me up in the comments. But for now, that's all the time we have. Have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and a great weekend ahead, depending on when you get around to seeing today's video. And as always, remember, don't go changing for anyone but yourselves. Hope to see you right back here, same Moonshadow time, same mystery channel, when you get out of the hay and into the fray with more exciting content in the future. We'll see you in the next exciting video. Take care. We'll see you soon.